six stringers. We've got a review today of the Hughes Kettner Tubemeister 36. Now, I've not long had this amp. I've probably had it about 3 or 4 weeks, and I've got to say, proper love it. Great amp, so versatile. It can run without a cab. It's got a red box out. It can run with a cab. It can run at 36 watt, 18 watt, 5 watt, 1 watt, 0 watt. So let's have a quick look at it, and I'll show you what's on the front of the amp. We've got a clean channel, crunch channel, and the lead channel. Now the clean channel has its own EQs. So you have your own treble, your own mid, and own bass. Whereas the crunch and lead, they share EQs. What else have we got on the front? We've also got a standby. So if you're playing a gig and you want to keep your tubes nice and warm, but you're having a break in between your set, flick it on to standby. Tube stays nice and warm, no risk of damaging the amp. So let's whack him back on, and also an on and off. Now on the back, we have a MIDI in, which means it can be controlled by a MIDI compatible foot switch, which can control the amp, i.e. changing your channels and effects, engaging your effects loop on, or turn the reverb on and off. Also, you can get separate foot switches there to change your channels and change your effects. We've got an FX loop, which can be turned on or off. The amp has its own reverb pot, which can be turned on or off. And here's possibly my favorite part about the amp. It's the red box. Now, this is a cab simulator. And what it does is it takes a digital signal out, simulating a cab. So basically I can take the signal from a head straight into my audio interface, straight into my computer. Voila, pure signal. Great function there. Here's a little TSC, which means it's a tube biasing system within the amp. So if one of the tubes is not running right, the amp should rebias itself. You can check how it's running by inserting your pick into here. It'll give you a reading, which then you compare to the reading in the instructions, and it'll tell you if there's anything wrong. Moving on, here's your power soak option. Now you'd have a 36 watt is with them all on. I can't do that at the minute because I've got the red box plugged in. Or you'd have 18 watt, 5 watt, 1 watt, 0 watt. Speakers for running your cab out of, and power. So yeah, what we're going to do now is I'm going to play through a few different settings, play through the clean, play through the crunch, and play through the lead, and then what I'll do is I'll run some pedals through it as well, because I've got to say this amp takes pedals the best out of any amp I used. Let's go in for a closer look. Okay guys, so we're going to begin with the clean channel. All the EQ settings are at 12 o'clock, master and gain at 12 o'clock, and I'm on the neck pickup of my Fender Deluxe. Okay. Okay, so you can see it's real hi-fi clarity, it's beautiful. If we increase the gain and drop the master, just show you what that sounds like. Okay, so you can see the gain there increases it, and increase the master. Okay, if we run through the EQs quickly, I'm just going to play a chord and just take the EQs in and out to show you how responsive they are. I mean, I'm taking them to every extreme here, but I'm just trying to show you quickly how you can dial stuff in, okay? The mids is brilliant on this amp. You can really get that sort of mid scoop sound by dropping it right out. Great for your 80s metal when you're on the crunch or lead channel. Also becomes very high when you engage it fully. And the bass. Okay, so that's the clean channel wrapped up. Let's move on to the crunch channel. Okay, again, set all the settings to 12 o'clock. Drop the gain actually a little bit out just to show you how she sounds. Okay, without fully engaged, and crunch. Okay, so let's actually try and get a crunch sound out of it. If I up the treble a little bit. Okay, take the mid just a little bit out, add a bit more bass. Drop the master a bit and increase the gain. And try. I'm going to move now to the bridge pickup and try and play some crunch. Take the gain back out. Okay, so that's the crunch channel. Okay, what we're going to do is going to move on to the lead channel. I'm probably going to engage echo, just because I don't like soloing with a fully dry signal. So I'm going to put everything back to 12 o'clock. Okay, there we go. I'm going to engage my echo. And see what I can pull out. It's really nice actually. I'm going to drop the gain out a little bit, take the mid out a little bit, put the treble up, and add a bit of bass, and see if we can get something sounding fairly good. Increase the gain. Okay, so there you go. That's the 3 channels on the amp. Okay, so there you go. What I'm also going to try and show you guys is it's got a reverb pot on the back, as I said. So I'm going to go back to my clean setting, engage a reverb, and show you how the reverb sounds. Okay. In fact, actually, I can turn it round. Yep. I can turn it round and show you how much reverb I'm going to dial in. So here's a reverb. I'm going to engage it on, crank it up. Let's have a listen. really nice. Okay guys, so I hope you got an idea of what that sounds like. Yeah, I think she's beautiful, she's kick-ass. Okay, one thing I did forget to mention regarding the power soak is the options it gives you, basically. So if you wanted to run the amp at 36 watts with clean, gives you loads of headroom. So basically means you can get a real high output clean signal, which is great, obviously, if you want your rhythm work, for example, to be up high on a clean song. Whereas then if you had your MIDI controllable foot switch and you change that down to, for example, I don't know, 18 watts or 5 watts, but had the amp cranked, then it would give you the breakup of the valves. So what I'm getting at is all controllable by MIDI foot switch. You can really push this amp by dropping the power soak. So if you're in a small club and you can't run the 36 watts or whatever, or if you're at home you can't run the 36 watts, but you want the amp to be cranked, drop your output wattage to 18 watt or 5 watt, crank the baby, and the bitch will burn. Okay guys, so to wrap up the review, I love this amp, absolutely love it. It looks sexy as you like, with a lovely blue LED. She's versatile, she's got 3 channels. The red box is kick-ass to the point where I haven't even bought a cab. I just run straight out of this into my audio interface, straight into the computer, studio monitors, job done. And I won't buy a cab, to be honest, until I gig with it. So yeah, she's a kick-ass amp. I'm so stoked I got it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to play out. I'm going to run some of my favorite pedals through the clean channel and just play you guys out. Laters. Damn it.